WrestleRanters, welcome back to WrestleRant edition number 44, and I'm your host, Bleacher feature columnist level 2, Graham Jason Matthews, here today discussing April 16th, 2012 edition from Monday Night Raw from London, England. Now, an electric edition this was, and I was certainly entertained the entire night through. And to kick off the show, we had a WWE Championship match between the defending champion CM Punk, who came out to a huge loud pop from the English crowd, against the likes of SmackDown star Mark Henry in a no disqualification match. Now, this is a very strong match. They made great use out of the environment. I love that spot when CM Punk was running across the barricade to attack Mark Henry with that running bulldog. That was very cool. Mark Henry got a lot of offense in here. He did not look weak in defeat. He looked very strong in defeat otherwise. But this match is very, very entertaining, especially the crowd, who very, very much enhanced this match with their antics and, like every single move that Henry and Punk did. Love the crowd. Love this match. Very good match. I mean, we never felt the title was in jeopardy because we knew that Mark Henry wouldn't be winning the WWE Championship, nor ever will he. Probably not. I hope someday. But anyways, I guess the title match did really enhance this match to make it more electric and entertaining. But I really did like this match and a great way to kick off the show. After that, we had Punk and Jericho engage in a promo after Jericho said that he was spying on Punk and he watched him walk into a pub. Now, the fact that Jericho was watching him and he was following him, and more specifically, he was filming him, was a bit silly and weird that they really did that. But other than that, I really like the segment. These guys always have good exchanges, and this was no excuse here. And it was a little something different from the last 2 weeks when Jericho was drowsing CM Punk in beer, and at least this time he was from the Titantron and not live in person. So even though it's the same material week in and week out, I am thoroughly enjoying it, and at least they're changing it up a little bit. I can't wait for this feud to be over. This the whole antics between the alcohol and all this stuff, because Jericho just pretty much just says the same thing every single week. But I love both workers. Can't wait for the Chicago Street Fight Extreme Rules in a couple weeks. That should be awesome. Can't wait for that, and can't wait for this feud to finally end. Especially after the fact that they haven't really battled over the title of Best in the World since before WrestleMania. But anyway, moving on, we had the United States Championship on the line between defending champion Santino Marella versus David Otunga, where Santino Marella successfully retained his title. This match was just a throwaway match. Didn't really care about it. It was short and sweet. But a lot of the offense in this match was a little off. Can't really blame Santino there. It was more Otunga's fault. But Otunga really isn't the best wrestler in the world, but I do want to one day see him as United States Champion. I've said it before, I'll say it again, Santino Marella doesn't need the United States Championship to get himself over. He's really, really over with the crowd. He doesn't need the U.S. title. David Otunga, on the other hand, probably does. He hasn't been getting a lot of reaction as of late, ever in his career, but anyways, I think he would fit that United States Championship perfectly, so hopefully they give it to him down the line. But I don't want to see another match between Santino and Otunga because they've done this match dozens of times in the last 2 months. So now moving on, we have the interview from Brock Lesnar. Loved this interview. Very strong promo from Lesnar and very intense as well. Lesnar touched upon why he was attacking Cena, why he came back, why he cared for himself, and I also loved the UFC name drop and the pictures of Brock Lesnar in the UFC. Yes, they acknowledged that he was a former UFC heavyweight champion, and they showed pictures of his various fights while in the UFC for those few years that he was there. So I love that aspect of it. Being the huge MMA and UFC fan that I am, I love that they name dropped UFC there because they've never done that before in WWE history, other than last week, by the way. But besides that, this is a very strong promo. Lesnar was very intense here, a lot better than his promo skills last week. So I'm really looking forward to their match at Extreme Rules between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, now with the no disqualification, no count-out stipulation added onto that match come Extreme Rules in only, I believe, 12 days from now in Chicago. So that should be an electric match as well. After that, we had Ryder versus Kane, which went to a no contest. Didn't really get started. But Kane's promo was very short, decent. At least it got to the point of why he attacked Randy Orton last week. I mean, for those people that only watch Raw and don't watch SmackDown, at least I got over Kane's attack on Randy Orton, why they should care about this feud. I mean, a lot of people shit on Kane's mic skills as under the mask. I mean, I still like them, and he showed pure emotion in this promo. I like that from Kane. Very intense here. But on the downside, Ryder has not looked weaker in months. Ryder has gotten zero momentum in recent months. after jobbing to pretty much everyone, after losing his United States Championship, losing at WrestleMania, being the one who got pinned in his team. So Ryder isn't doing too hot right now. He hasn't been doing too hot all year long. But the positive aspect of this, I can't complain because a year ago, the guy wasn't even on television. A year ago, at least he's on Raw doing matches and isn't some sort of segment whatsoever. So I do like that aspect of it. Hopefully they can push Ryder in the upcoming future. I don't really see that happening. I wish they would have pushed his feud with Miz, since they didn't even have Miz on the show last night, nor did they have Del Rio. So I was really confused about that. But hopefully they find something for Ryder to do in the near future. Moving on, they had the Cena promo on why he was attacking Lesnar last week and his intentions of, for this Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules in a couple weeks, I should say. Very strong promo from John Cena. It wasn't any of that poopy PG shit that we usually hear from him and his mic skills. So I really enjoyed this promo. Cena is always at his best when he's very intense and he's showing his serious side. So I love this promo from John Cena. And it really helped hype the main event as well when John Laurinaitis came out and said that he had a mystery opponent later in the night. So that also built intrigue for the main event later to come. Then we had Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. A very fun match. Great chemistry between these two. If you remember, Daniel Bryan faced Kofi Kingston when he first turned heel back in January. That match only lasted about a minute, I believe. So at least this time around, they got a lot more time to work. A lot of great high spots here, and as I said, really, really great chemistry. So I hope we see future matches between these two. And the best part about this match, Daniel Bryan won clean. I mean, a win over Kofi Kingston doesn't mean all that much these days, but a win is a win. So I am happy for Daniel Bryan for that. And these yes chants with the crowd, they were over the top last night. I loved it. Daniel Bryan is so over with the crowd. He has never before been this over with the crowd other than Miami and, 2 weeks ago at WrestleMania and whatnot, and on Raw the following night. But still, this was the most over Daniel Bryan has been ever in his career, and I am loving it. Whether he's face, whether he's heel, whether he's tweener, I don't really give a shit. At least they're using him correctly and fully utilize the yes chants other than ignoring them, because the t-shirts are selling, the yes chants are spreading all throughout the arena. People are making signs for this kind of stuff, so I'm loving it. Hopefully they utilize Daniel Bryan. Seeing how Sheamus almost got nearly booed in his home country of the United Kingdom, so, I mean, that isn't the greatest thing, but they need to find some way in order to fully utilize this yes chant thing, because it's a huge phenomenon these days, and I am loving every bit of it. Then we had Dolph Ziggler versus Brodus Clay. This match only lasted about 10 seconds or something like that before Brodus Clay won by disqualification after Jack Swagger interfered. I would have loved to see more of this match because Dolph Ziggler, as you've seen in recent weeks, sells like a beast. Obviously, he's always sold like that, but when he sold that headbutt from Brodus Clay 2 weeks ago on Raw, that was amazing. I would have loved to see more of that. But the plus side about this match is that Dolph Ziggler didn't get pinned clean. He is a former World Heavyweight Champion in his own right, so he shouldn't be being pinned by Brodus Clay, who was, just an entertaining mid-carder. So I am glad about that. But hopefully they find something for Dolph Ziggler to do in the near future. Same thing for Jack Swagger. Those guys have main event potential. They just need to use them correctly. As for Brodus Clay, I am enjoying the push that they're giving him, and hopefully it ends up going somewhere, maybe getting the U.S. title hunt or something along those lines. So he gets fully utilized on Monday Night Raw. Moving on, we have that tag team match. The Intercontinental Champion Big Show and the Great Khali defeated the WWE Tag Team Champions Supremo and Epico in a non-title match. Fairly quick squash match. I really don't know what the point of this match was. It really had no build-up. It had no intrigue. It had no purpose for the most part. But I really just don't get it. It was a total squash match. Big Show and Khali won within about 2 minutes or so. So I really don't see what this does. I know Primo and Epico and Rosa were complaining over Twitter. In storyline, of course, about how they don't get Raw airtime and TV airtime in general. But, so hopefully they utilize that and they put Primo and Epico in some kind of feud with somebody, and not these two. Because if Big Show and Khali were a tag team, they'd run rabid all over the WWE Tag Team division and destroy everyone, which is not something I want to see when Big Show is right now Intercontinental Champion, too. So, I don't know what happened with Cody Rhodes. They didn't really push that last night, but whatever, completely forgettable match. Now in the main event, John Cena lost to Lord Tensai in an Extreme Rules match. The match was good, good action, no disqualification match. So that kind of helped matters a little bit since John Cena and Lord Tensai aren't the best workers and aren't the best people to put together. But it was a decent match for what it was worth. David Otunga's interference was quite predictable. But Lord Tensai's victory over John Cena was not predictable, and that was very, very smart booking on WWE's part to be putting over Lord Tensai as a dominant monster on Monday Night Raw after defeating one of the top baby faces. Because if you remember when he was defeating Yoshitatsu and Alex Riley and in previous episodes of Monday Night Raw, he wasn't really getting over with the crowd because those are two people that they don't really care about. So defeating John Cena is really going to do something for Lord Tensai's push and hopefully get some heat from here on out. So overall, this is a very entertaining episode of Monday Night Raw. Everything about this show, I'm not going to say I liked everything about the show because there were some random matches like the Big Show and Khali tag team match, and then the Ryder and Kane match. That was kind of random, but everything else was very entertaining, very, very solid. They successfully built towards Extreme Rules, so I am happy to see that. And by the way, the English crowd, I know I am part English, so I am a little biased towards England, but this crowd last night was absolutely amazing. I love every WWE show that goes to England. They always put on quality shows. For the last 4 years since I started watching wrestling, they have always put on quality shows in England. Hopefully it continues with NXT, Superstars, and SmackDown in the upcoming days, so I'm really looking forward to that. Also, on a side note, some people have been asking me, and I've been trying to answer the same question myself, when the WWE Draft for 2012 will be. It was originally thought to be next week with that 3-hour episode because that's when they're having the John Cena and Brock Lesnar contract signing. They did not mention the draft on the website. They didn't mention it on Raw last night, so I don't think it's next week, even though some people still think it is. I don't think it will be. They did schedule another 3-hour Raw in June, on June 11th, in my home state of Connecticut, actually, so I hope to go to that if that is the draft. That'd be awesome. But I do think the draft will be moved to June. I don't know why they didn't just do it in April like they did in 2010, 2009, and 2011, so I'm not too sure about that. I'll hopefully just read up on the news sites and check on about that. So now time for my shameless plugs. You guys can follow me on Twitter at @Sam_us_GSM. Visit my website for all the WWE, TNA, rumors, recaps, and more at nextwrestling.weebly.com. Check me out on Bleacher Report for all my latest articles. I will be writing articles all week long because I am on spring break at the moment, so I'm really excited about that. Just search Graham GSM Matthews. On spoilers, this upcoming Thursday night, we have former WWE Superstar and Nexus member Michael Tarver, yes, Mr. 1.9 himself, is going to be on the show for a live, huge interview, so don't miss that at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 Central Time, at blogtalkradio.com/spoilerspodcast, so do not miss that. And also, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. And again, I know this is the second WrestleRant video I've aired in the last 24 hours. I know I aired one on Monday and last Friday. So I am hoping to do more WrestleRant videos. I have more time now, especially since I'm on spring break at the moment, and I also have summer coming up in 2 months. So I'm really looking forward to that and airing more videos like I did last summer. So, and also, again, I am writing now for pwmania.com, so check me up on there. I am really excited to start writing, and hopefully that is coming the next days as well. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Hit me up on Twitter for all the wrestling questions if you guys want me to answer anything during this video, or WrestleRant in general. So have a fabulous day and a fabulous rest of the week, and I will catch you guys later. So enjoy your day. Thanks for watching, guys. This is GSM signing out. Till next time, guys.